Hi guys, hope you're doing great. In this video, I would like to talk about creating habits even if you don't have time to learn. So, of course, it's very helpful if you start your day learning. So, imagine maybe you can wake up 10 minutes earlier and just start, I don't know, reading the news in the language you're learning or just practicing. Doing whatever you normally do to learn the language. Of course, some people just have kids, have a lot of work, and feel like they don't have time. So that's why I think it's very good to separate it in like very small time blocks, so like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and also creating some kind of automatic behavior. So I'm going to show you an example. I bought this like 3 years ago. I think it's from 2017, and it's basically a language learning calendar. So I just place it somewhere I see it, and whenever I leave the house I just take one out, and I can show you. So I'm just gonna take it now. So it's like to learn French, and here you have an exercise, and then it's it's in German, the solution on the back. And I mean, it's just a very small thing. I bought it 3 years ago, never used it, and then I was just organizing my house and realized, oh, I could use this. I mean, it's useful, and it just takes me literally 1 minute. And even if it's a difficult exercise, then I will just maybe do it on the subway or something like that. Yes, it's a good idea. And even if you don't want to spend money on that, you could just make an exercise like, okay, whenever I leave the house, I'm going to conjugate a verb in my head or something like that. So you create this kind of automatic response, and then you don't have to think about it, and it turns into a habit. Also, what I recommend is if you're driving to your job, or maybe just going by subway, it's also a good moment to learn, even if it's just 5 minutes. I've been using some apps sometimes, like I've tried Busuu, I've tried Duolingo, and I mean, maybe they're not perfect, but they can help you get a habit. So because you then get this kind of strike, and then you're like, okay, I don't want to miss a day. So probably not enough to learn a language, but a good tool to just keep you on track. And you could like develop this kind of small habits, like, okay, I wake up 10 minutes earlier to read the news in the language I'm learning. Then on the subway, I use Duolingo or some other language learning app for 5 minutes. And then before going to bed, I read a book in the language I'm learning. So of course, depending on your level, you maybe not be able to read the book, but there are some adapted pages. For instance, I can link a page for Spanish learners where they can read the news in different levels. So they have adapted news in this website I'm going to link down below. They have, for instance, news for A1, so really beginners, and then even for C2, so all the levels. And this really helps you get a habit. And you can progress as you go. So maybe now you are starting Spanish, but in 2 years you're very good. And then you can still use the same website, or just use native speaker websites, because at some point you just can use them with no problem. So those are my tips. I think it's good to get habits, and I think it's also good to dedicate time, even if it's just like small time slots, because some people think, okay, I don't have 1 hour to study. Well, then just study 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at lunchtime, and 5 minutes before going to bed. Hey, you've studied 15 minutes, and yeah, you can manage to do that. Anyone can. At least I think so. I don't know. Okay guys, so I hope this helps, and yeah, if you have some habit you would like to share with the rest, I think it would be cool, because yeah, different experiences can help us all to keep learning. Bye guys.